Hey Jay, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yeah. Good. Thanks for asking. Well, welcome to Australia. Welcome to speaking to people from Australia.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a blast, and I'm gonna have a hard time trying to understand what anyone's saying, but it'll be all love.
What you're gonna have to do, my recommendation will be, is get yourself on TikTok because now you've got it back. It's not banned anymore, and
Yeah, yeah.
go and have a look at those people on there who do the. I saw one yesterday where it was American and Australian. Try to decipher what each one means. I'll give you a small chance. A small chance.
Yeah, I
Actually,
thought I thought
you,
that I would learn a little bit touring with Alpha Wolf, but then I started to learn more and more as I kept going, and I was like, all right, maybe I'm a little underqualified for Australia, but it'll be sick.
all right. One bit of advice: if somebody says to you to do a shoey, do you know what a shoey is?
Yeah, that's like a drink through a shoe, right?
Yeah, don't do it, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's like
Don't.
beer in a boot or something. Yeah, I would never do a shoey.
The idea is though, it's your shoe, so the one that you've been wearing that's full of fucking sweat and all sorts of shit. Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
It is. All right. Well, let's crack on, man. So yeah, you're going to be here in like for 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah. I would say like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. It's your first time in Australia.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Traveling with Gnosis, Gideon, Void Division. Wow. I mean, it's how exciting is that for you coming to Australia halfway around the world with bands of that quality?
It's exciting because like I've been a fan of Gideon since like they came out with Costs back in like 2011. So, I've always wanted to play shows with them, always wanted to tour with them. So it's cool that we get to do it in a foreign land. And I'm not sure if they've been before, but for us, it being our first time is super sick. And they're a phenomenal band, so I love that. Chris, or who clip that. Gnosis. Holy shit. Gnosis. Um, Gnosis is they're sick. Rio and I have been like homies on, we've been like mutuals on Instagram for a minute now. And it's been cool watching him throughout the years of him coming up with the other project and then coming into this one and fully developing to what he wanted it to be and now being able to tour. So it's going to be sick seeing them for the first time live and also seeing everyone else in Australia respond to them. So that's what I'm mostly excited about is seeing everyone from this country, experience what we bring to the table, what Gideon brings to the table, and what Gnosis brings to the table. And also, obviously, what a vision loved and, beloved by the land. I'm excited to tour with them. And Jack and I have been mutuals on Instagram for a long time, but this will be my first time meeting him. And I'm bummed that, it might be probably one of the last times I see him for a minute, but it's going to be a super awesome tour. And I'm excited. I'm really, honestly, I'm honored that they even wanted us to be a part of it because I've known of Void Vision for a long time, and we just have never been able to cross paths like that. So, unfortunately, it has to be amongst their like last tour. But hopefully, they'll be back in the future, or we'll be back in the future, and we can hang out with them again. But I'm so excited just for everyone to get out. None of us have really toured or anything. Maybe Gideon has done a tour right now, but I don't think any of us have toured since like mid last year.
Oh, geez.
Or we
Stop stretching. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool knocking the dust off of, our instruments and stuff and getting back to it.
Well, and obviously nobody in Australia, well, people in Australia may have seen you if they've gone to America to see you. So how would you describe watching a Unity Texas show? Like, how would you?
It's uh it's all about like like I know it sounds cliche, but it's all about the environment, like the vibe and stuff. Some songs are like real heavy and stuff, and then other songs are like more like club bangers or whatever, where you can like kind of like dance and like loosen up and not be so hard and aggressive and stuff. And then like other songs are like, we have hip hop club songs, and then we have like goth, like industrial club songs, just to like create an element. Because back home, this is what we do. We're like DJs and stuff, and like we like doing stuff that creates a whole entire or a bigger element for everyone around. I know it's like, we're in the metal world and stuff, but we all deserve to be able to have a little piece of something else. So anytime we play shows, I see the change in like, or not the change, but I see the different kinds of people in the crowd who are like, responding to this song, responding to that song. They're reacting like so excited. They're like, yo, like when we play like Diamond Eyes, like all the girls love it. And I call for all girls pit, and all the girls come out and they all dance to it and stuff. Sometimes they mosh, but it's like, it's sick. There's something there for everyone. So I think that when Unity plays and stuff, it's just a party. It's just a big party. And we don't really do anything crazy. We just play a bunch of music, jump around, and encourage everyone else to have the most fun and be themselves as much as they can. And it's worked for us up until now. So I hope that Australia is ready to party the fuck with us.
When you were touring with Alpha Wolf, I mean, decent. But did they tell you what Australian crowds are like?
uh I feel like maybe they told us in passing, or my bandmate Kendrick, our bassist, he asked a lot of questions about stuff like that. But I don't think I've really ever asked them how crowds are, and nor have I ever just looked up a video of a band live in Australia, except for my friends in IM, because I know they came out a few or a couple years ago, and it was their first time out there. It was really cool to see people respond to them, but yeah, I just have never thought about how they would respond to us, because I know that people there like us. So I
Hmm.
just want to assume that they're going to go crazy for us, because it could be the first and last time they ever see us, or it could be the first of many if they explode.
Yeah, fair point. You're talking about it was interesting you mentioned like, you'll have an all girls pit at one point and things like that. Because I always take the opportunity to go through people's Twitter's accounts or X's. And I went through yours, and yours is highly entertaining. So
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah, yours is a bit wild. Some of the things that I picked up. Obviously, I wanted to ask you about the Instagram reels that you're having issues with them. Um, so I mean, you was trying to do uh, monetize your reels for what you do, and Instagram basically said no. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's like something I've been learning. Pretty much when you want to monetize your stuff, you can't do anything that distracts the user or the viewer from watching the full video. So if you put like a text on there or something like that, and you keep that text on there the whole video, it'll disqualify it, because it's like taking away from, I guess, the video. But I think what they want people to do is kind of like how YouTube is, where you just upload just straight, video stuff. And then they have the closed captions, so they automatically do that for you and stuff. If anything, you just need to put a title on it, and then like it'll disappear. But that's like the best way to monetize, because I've tried plenty of times where I'm like, put this caption, put the video up, and it'll be like, oh, this goes against our community guidelines for you to monetize. And I'm just like, okay, so it's interesting, but they've offered me a different way to monetize now, and that's like posting photos and stuff. So now I just have to start dumping photos all over, my Instagram, which will be fun. Everyone's gonna love that.
It's fair enough. So this tour is it's essentially it's your debut album tour, isn't it?
uh,
With Australia it is.
yeah. Okay, so about that, like I know that everyone found us like 5 years ago when we had first dropped Mad Boy. And I know that people really want to hear those songs. So I've been talking to the band. I'm like, hey guys, I think that we should not try to play so many new songs, but instead play some of the songs that everyone has already known, because, they never really got to experience that. I don't want to show up and then play everything from Ferality and they didn't like it as much as Mad Boy, you
Mhm.
know? So that's why I made like that reel, when I was just like, what do you guys want to hear? Like,
All
we're,
that, yeah.
yeah, we're just a band that wants to make sure that we connect to the crowd and make sure that they, truly feel like they enjoy the show experience. And I know most bands will just get on stage and just do their thing and stuff, and like that's good enough. But me, I'm like a very highly personable person, so I'm like, you know, what is going to make you, lose your mind the moment you hear something? And a lot of people are like asking for the songs that we already play, but some people are like asking for like old stuff, like before we put out Mad Boy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you're asking for stuff that I wrote back when I was like early 20s, like just kind of doing whatever. And it's cool that people are listening to stuff like that, but I'm like, hell no. I'm not bringing out the pre 2019 music. I can't do it. There's like only two songs that I would take from that, and they were just like the singles that I dropped like a couple years before we even put out Mad Boy.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that because it was Limp Bizkit. They played
Wh-
um, they played here about a year or so ago, and obviously Limp Bizkit do all Limp Bizkit stuff. And then he got a guy out of the crowd, and he kind of like challenged him because he was there like singing all the lyrics. And then he pulled out, I think, Clunk from the first album. Guy didn't know the music at all, and it was like, so you can want to have the deep cut, but you've got to be able to know it. You know what I mean? So it's.
Yeah.
Did you check Spotify then for what sort of results you had there?
Oh yeah. I mean, I always look at those and stuff. But, sometimes you can never really tell because, like in America, people listen to this specific song, but these people don't show up to the shows and stuff. So it would be very hard to like kind of like figure out stuff. My theory was that we played two or three old songs or two or three songs from Mad Boy, and that's like the probably the generic where it's like we have Ruckus, Bang Shit, and then either Hell Mary or well, Cross Me, actually Ruckus, Bang Shit, Cross Me. Those are always going to be the three staples from Mad Boy that we'll play live. But it's like if people are like, I want to hear Hail Mary or something like that, it would be like, okay, cool, we can probably fit that in. Or we'll do Ruckus, Cross Me. Oh, we just can't do the set without Bang Shit. Like we have to have that element change because if we just go all metal the whole time, it just kind of feels like meh, you
Yeah.
know? That's
Yeah.
one thing about being in a band. I'm very bored with like something and I want to move on to the next thing or something like that. So that's why Unity's music is so much more fun. It's just because like we don't want to be standing around just, being statues playing instruments and stuff. I want to jump. I want to jump into the crowd. I want to like get really hype with everyone. Like I really want the most to come out of it. And I think that us playing, those songs from Mad Boy will get people hype, but they'll be more excited to hear songs from Ferality, like when we play World of Malice, or say we play Diamond Eyes, obviously. We're gonna play Burnout. But dude, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not
A
gonna lie to
lot of
you.
songs.
It's a lot of songs. We were talking about it and we were just like, what should we do? And they were throwing songs out. I threw out this whole set and then I forgot like two or three staple songs. Or like playing favorites. I was like, holy shit, I forgot about playing favorites. Like it's rough, dude. And I wish that we could just be the band where we switch up the sets like every other day. But I'm like, I feel like people like these places aren't close enough for people to like come to the next show and then feel
Yeah.
like they're getting more of an experience. So we'll just have to eat it this time. Like we just really want it to be the most dopest experience that we can, not only for us, but for everyone involved, from like the guys in the band who love these songs to the people in the crowd and everything. It'll be great. I guess we're perfectionists.
What are you looking forward to most when you come to Australia?
What am I looking forward to the most? Oh man. Uh, I mean,
Good
it
weather.
sounds yes, yes, absolutely. So I grew up watching like the skate team Volcom. They had these Australian pro skaters like Chima Ferguson, Shane Cross, Jake Duncombe, like all of these people that I grew up watching like when I started skateboarding and stuff. And I never really ever got to experience like any more Australian skateboarding besides watching those guys. So I'm excited to go myself And like I asked like some of the people, I'm like, if anyone has a skateboard you could bring to the show, I just want to just be like, I skateboarded in Australia. This is the closest I'll ever get to being a pro skater in my life, you know? So I'm excited about a lot of things, and people are like, you should eat meat pies and stuff, but I'm like, I don't eat beef or anything like that. So maybe not that. I'm big into like Asian food and stuff, but I just don't know. Oh wait, my friend last night was like, you should try grilled kangaroo. And I was, is it good?
Well, it is really nice, but it is meat.
I mean, I think I can make the exception for grilled kangaroo because I'm like, all right, it may sound really fucked up just being like, yeah, let me eat this kangaroo. But I'm like, we do the same thing in America. So it's not much different. It's just like, how do I explain to someone whenever I come back? Because I'm going to do it. If I get offered it, I'm going to do it just for the bit. When people ask, what'd you do in Australia? Like, I had a kangaroo. They could be like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. It sounds very anti like PETA or something like that, but I'm like, food is food, man.
Look, you won't find it at Outback Steakhouse, I'll tell you that, which is yours. But I mean, I'm from the UK. It was one of the first things I ate when I came here, and it is really nice. I can't say for a second it's not really
Yeah,
nice.
I've been actually told about the Outback thing, and I just kind of like disregarded it because I'm like, I wouldn't even go to Outback in America, you
Mm,
know?
it's terrible, terrible. Just don't go there. But
No one's ever vouched for that place ever in my life.
after Australia, you guys then have, I think it's March and April, you're over in Europe with Throne.
Yeah.
So you've got a big first, 5, 6 months of the year.
Oh yeah. Finishing an album in between this tour and that tour too.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So then, would there be a fair chance of saying, you mentioned earlier, you got this tour here and you're trying to squeeze 87 songs into a half-hour set. Would there be a fair chance that we may see you again within the next 12 to 18 months with the new album?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, like I've been very focused on like trying to get this album stuff done. I've been writing as much as I can, and so is Brandon, our new guitarist. We've been sending demos back and forth to each other. We actually had a song that we did in the studio that just got sewn up. It's all, getting tightened up and everything. We're like almost to the point of like getting that near release. So but it's gonna be super sick for everyone to like finally start to hear that stuff, and hopefully the album, will, if we get it done in April, then it'll, be like when we did Ferality, when it was like we finished in April and then we had it released by September. So
Nice.
hopefully we'll be able to like release it later this year, tour off of it. I would love to do an international headlining tour, for our album, but like I know it's going to be a minute before we even get to that type of level of like support and stuff. So, I mean, I think right now, just for us to get the album done is most important, and then we'll just see where it takes us from there. I can't wait to see whose hands it gets into and whose ears it gets into, and what opportunities may wait for us.
Excellent. All right. Well, I will let you go. I'll spread the word about everyone bringing skateboards to the show. And
Skateboards and hopefully not illegally, but I mean, we indulge in the color green.
that's $100 bills over here. Oh, them ones. Sorry, I get that now. Oh, not illegally.
Ah, yeah.
Every while I get that. Yeah. All right. Look, I will let you go. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and all the best with the rest of today.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So,
Thanks,
thanks
Jay.
for
Thanks,
talking.
Fiona.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Have an awesome day.